You are now listening to SK Sports on the Spacekaiju Podcast Network.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of SK Sports. This is episode number 30, the big dirty 30. And joining me on today's episode, I've got Adrian. What is up, Adrian?
What up, Nate? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Today just feels a little bit off. I have no idea why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because of what happened in my sporting event today. It was the kickoff of the Summer Cup for me at my league.
Yeah.
So now everything counts. But I'll get more into that in just a bit. But before we get into the show, I'm going to cut to a quick promo real quick. So we'll be right back after this quick promo. Hey, everyone. You're listening to the Spacekaiju Podcast Network. If you enjoy the content and would like to support the network, then head over to spacekaijuproductions.com, click the menu, and head over to the support tab. We have a special Amazon promotion, such as a free 30-day trial of Amazon Prime. Prime Day starts July 15th, so don't waste any time. Sign up through the network and splurge on the 2-day parade of Amazon deals. Remember, it's for Prime members only. So don't forget to sign up for your free 30-day trial on the spacekaijuproductions.com website. Alrighty, and we are back from that quick little Amazon promo. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys support and head over to spacekaijuproductions.com. Let's just get right into our respected sports, Adrian. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first, man. So, we had our game today.
Mm-hmm.
And, like me and Jeff were talking, we're starting to find a rhythm. And today we played one of the better teams in the league that had a big, and he was doing work, man. And our biggest guy is probably like 5'11", 6 feet.
Wow.
And this guy's probably about 6'3". He reminds me of a little Dirk Nowitzki, just nice low post, like a little fadeaway, just a tough cover,
Yeah.
Long story short, we're losing the whole game, and somehow, some way, we tie the game, and there's about 11 seconds. We're holding it for the last shot. My buddy John has the ball. He's kind of stuck. 3-2. I come around, and he gives it to me, and come off like a double screen, and I just throw it up, man. And I'm like, I just want to get a shot off, and I let it go, and I'm like, oh, shit, that looks good, And, yeah, man, I must have hit a 3, like, fading away, dude, like Curry range.
That's
to
what's
win
up.
the game, man. And it was a fun game today,
That's
and
good.
hitting that. And, we're on a 4-game winning streak, man. So, we're getting our rhythm. And, I wish Jeff was here to hype me up, but it was cool, man. It was fun. And, we're making a run. And,
That's good.
It's fun, man. It's fun.
And so what's the outcome? Like, you guys, is there like it's like points, and then at the end you guys have a chance to play.
So we
against
have a season at this league. It's I'm not a big fan of how they do their playoffs, but I mean, it's their league. They can do what they want.
Mhm.
It's the 1 and the 2 seed play for a championship.
Got it.
So it's basically we play the season. Whoever has the best 2 records play for a championship.
That's what I was thinking.
So I mean, I like the traditional. Hey, you're the 1 seed. You play the lowest seed, and then from there, and then you play it out. Whoever's the best team in the playoffs, and you go from there. But it's all good. I mean, it's their rules. It's just like a little summer league. So at the end of the day, we're all there to stay in shape and keep playing the game that we love.
Exactly.
And it's fun. So
You couldn't have said that any better. That's pretty good.
Today was fun, man.
That's good, and you guys got a dub. Happy for you.
Hell yeah, man.
For me today, it was the start of the Summer Cup. Today is actually the end of all the cups in real soccer, the
Yeah.
Copa America Gold Cup and the Women's World Cup. But today is the start of my soccer league. Preseason is over, so everything counts. And I've got my jersey now. I've got my last name and my number 89 on it, so I'm hyped.
89.
I was super hyped yesterday. I made, I don't know, no, you're not on Instagram. So I posted this formation. Like I created the formation for my team, and just so we know where we're gonna be playing and stuff. So it's just kind of like a little bit of coordination. I know I'm not like the captain or the coach because we have both. We have a captain and a coach, but like that's how I get hyped, And I hope that like my teammates see that too, that we can get a little bit more organized and prepping and stuff like that.
Dude, you remind me of me going into. I mean, we're playing these guys to the league, but I have a game plan. We're gonna double the big, and we're gonna make someone else beat us.
Yeah.
With the exception of their best shooter, we're helping off of everybody else. But there is coaching that goes into this stuff too. It's just like you're passionate about it. I'm sure you're preparing.
Trying.
I mean, you
stretching more than I think. I see more stretching from me than any of my teammates.
And that's gonna get you where you want to be, man. It's preparing.
Yeah.
Whether it's school, sports, podcast, there's preparing that goes into everything. You know what I mean? You don't just show up and be like, all right, let's do it.
Exactly.
Well, maybe sometimes.
Sometimes.
No, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You're preparing, and that's good. That's a good habit.
Yeah. But
So
the thing that kind of, I mean, we won, but by default. and I do not like winning like that.
Yeah.
Because
like a forfeit or what?
Yeah, well, technically they only had 4 players, and the rule is it's 8v8. So the rule is now it's that the season is happening. Like the rule is you have to have 5 players, including a goalie, on the field in order to play, even if you're short.
So you guys could play like 8 on 5.
Yeah,
They'll let them do that.
Yeah, they'll let them do that. But and this is sad. It's sad because like this team always shows up during the whole preseason. Maybe they missed one game, but they've always shown up, and I really was looking forward to playing them because they're like kind of like old timers with a few youngsters, so they have the chemistry down. And I knew that their team was going to be a challenge. I was hoping for at least one more player so that we can at least play them, but they didn't even want to play us in a scrimmage afterwards. So we took the 2-goal advantage and 3 points for the win. And we just scrimmaged between us. And, I mean, that I was quiet the whole time. Like, I was just kind of bummed, you know?
Yeah.
I was, like, looking forward to it. And this is the first game of the season. I don't want to – I would have taken a loss or a tie or a win rather than, you know, a default. But so kind of like it kind of picked up after that because my team left. And I noticed the house team was getting ready to play. This next team, like they were, I think Real Madrid or Chenchos, they're called Chenchos.
Yeah.
And I eyeballed the house team, and I've been playing with the house team in preseason here and there. And they have their new Brazil jerseys, like with the shorts and everything. And I asked one of the guys, like, hey, like if you guys don't get enough players, can I play? And the rule is obviously you have to have 5 players.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, they didn't have that at first, but I joined them. So and then it kind of offset. So I think I'm sure the point rule counts for them too. So we just played it out, and I felt good. I felt good playing with the house team. For some reason, I just have because the way that we play on the other team, I'm playing defense, and I gotta suck it up because that's just the way that they're gonna put me.
Yeah.
I don't play defense. I can play defense. I don't want to. I'm more of a scorer. Like I can go on the top.
Yeah.
And that's
striker.
my striker. That's my preferred position.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna complain because I'm not.
It's their team.
It's their team, you know.
Yeah.
But it got me guessing before the season started. Like I was like, should I just be on this house team? Because it's like I'm playing the position that I can play, and I'm having more time with the ball and, you know, a little bit more control, and I just feel a little bit better. Like I've been giving like Alex is the captain of the house team, and he's really good. He's a big dude, so like I love like sending balls to him. Like he's been on it. He could have scored. I almost had I assisted him like 3 times today, and he missed all 3 of those goals. It sucks, but you know, like we tried, and I cheer them up, and it's good. I love playing for this league. I love after the game. It's good because it's like I'm trying to bring like this moral aspect to my game, like of respect, and it shows because at the end of every game, the other team is always giving me like a good like verbal, you know, communication, a vibe, you know, like, hey, good game, you know, they come to me, you know. So I really, really appreciate that, and I'm just trying my best, you know, to just enjoy the game, and I love it. So this is the Summer Cup, and let's see what next week brings. If we play, I'm just gonna go off.
Have fun, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Have fun.
But that just recaps our respected sports that we play on a daily basis.
A good day. Good day.
Yeah, very good day. Good day. I mean, look at my shirt. Today was a good day. What do you think about this shirt?
That's a badass shirt.
You like this?
Notice it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw for the podcast people, I'm wearing a shirt with Ice Cube on it, and he's driving his car, and it says, "Today was a good day."
Hey, be careful wearing that, man.
Yeah.
You have a shaved head too. You better be careful.
That's true. You like this haircut, or you know?
Yeah, it looks good. But, I mean, you got the bald head, you got the shirt. Man.
I kind of got the picture.
Keep those glasses on, man.
Yeah. This is the You're funny. Well, before we actually get into like sports, how was I want to ask you, how was your 4th of July?
It was nice. I think, you know, you were talking about like the week. I think like the 4th of July kind of threw everyone off, but
I think it did.
I think it just wore me out, you know, like shit.
Yep.
You know, and then the weekend came, and it's like, damn, I've been feeling a little sluggish like the last few days, but it was fun, man. Being with the family, popping fireworks with my son, you know, it was awesome, man. I'm a big 4th of July guy.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite holidays. You know, it was fun being with the family, went swimming. It was all good, man. How was yours?
It was good. I worked. This is the first time that I worked by myself at my job, and I was closing up. Yep.
Oh, okay.
I was closing up, but it wasn't all that bad because I was, you know, it was funny because I was anxious at first once the first person left,
Yeah.
And I started cleaning the office. Like I went into super clean mode.
Yeah.
And then like I got one phone call from like a random person saying, and it was funny because it's like I'm working, and they were like, oh, so someone is working today. I am so thankful for you to work today. Like I appreciate
cool.
you. Like being so like their gratitude was above the roof, and I was like, yeah. And then just giving them information about tomorrow's event. So I was just like, there you go. But overall, it was good. I finished the shift, and I went home, enjoyed a michelada and some ceviche, and leftovers from the family gathering. I miss the family, but, I'm not too big of a 4th of July person. I'm actually starting a new thing where I think we should just ban all fireworks. And bear with me here. Bear with me here. I know it's been a tradition in other countries, in this country for many, many years.
Yeah.
But I think fireworks add more destruction and chaos to everybody's lives, when we could be thinking of the future and doing light shows, water shows with light, things like being innovative. Yeah. Like think about how much, like I went to the beach yesterday with my cousin, and you want to know how much we were playing soccer and how much little sticks of little rockets were popping out of the place. Yeah. It's like, first off, people during 4th of July, and this could be a hit or miss, but I think it's personally like people leave their trash everywhere. Yeah. They don't pick up after themselves. And honestly, there's no one stopping, and the police could, but there's no one stopping people to do fireworks in illegal areas, and it happens every single time. I mean,
4th of July, it's tricky because it's it's dangerous, and we just really got to be careful as a society. Like we got to be smart. Even with our kids, like we light a firework, and my son, I'm like, you better be ready to run. You know. Yeah. But I mean, you're right. It has its pros and cons, but I think a lot of people like myself, I mean, it means a lot to like my family and like
to get together.
Yeah, and then just like family members that we've lost, and just thinking back on the 4th of July we had with them. That's what kind of, that's why I love it, because of my uncle and, my family. It kind of hits us all because my uncle would go all out. That's good. He's wasting $1,000 on fireworks, and we had like the best show ever, you know, but
good times.
Yeah, but you're right though. People, we got to be careful. I mean, they're dangerous. They could be life-threatening if you let them, Yeah.
And like for me, it's like dogs go crazy that day, and then I feel bad for people with PTSD. Like we may not think of it as this, but I've been thinking of it like a lot lately. This is like not even what it sounds like in war, and this is half of what it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get
like just think about what the veterans have gone through and reliving like sounds like that. It might not sound to us like crazy. Yeah. Or if we're not being cautious about it.
You think it reminds them of that?
Oh heck yeah. Oh heck yeah. Even police officers, I guarantee it. Bang bang. Chitty chitty bang bang.
Yeah, I guess I've never thought of it that way, but I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it's ever gonna stop.
No, yeah, I know.
Because it's still illegal in some cities, and they still do it.
Yep.
I guess we just all gotta be careful, man.
Exactly.
We all gotta look out for each other
and
be safe, but have a little fun,
Yeah, that's perfectly said, and that's what you can only say to it. Yeah. Just be careful and have fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into some NBA talk. I know you're ready for some NBA talk because, we thought something big happened last week on the last episode with KD and Kyrie joining Brooklyn. But guess what? You just start off the NBA route.
Kawhi Leonard, baby, to Clipper Nation. I love it. I love it. It levels out the playing field. And the best thing about it, man, is that the Clippers and all this were nice and quiet, sitting back. You never heard we heard reports that the Clippers were an option, but we never heard them coming out saying this, saying that. I mean, everyone was spreading rumors that the Lakers were the favorite and he's going to sign.
I saw a Kawhi mural in L.A. like the day before it happened, and it said Kawhi not with Laker jersey on. Like, we jumped to the conclusion a little bit too quickly there, Laker fans.
Did. And, hey, man, I mean, we said it before. Kawhi's not that type of dude to go play with LeBron and AD. That move, I mean, Stephen A. was talking about in his show, too, that it would be weak, but it's like a different kind of week, he was saying, because, with the KD thing, and, he won a ring, but I love it, man. I love it. I can't wait for the NBA season. It's still a long way to go, but it definitely evens out the playing field. The West is, damn, it's getting more stacked than it already was.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at teams like Houston, where are they gonna sit next year, Right now, I think the Clippers, they're looking better than the Lakers overall, like the overall roster.
I mean, I like Pat Beverly.
Clamp City, baby.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really well defensive team, but they're going to have a lot of scoring opportunities. Yeah. Could you see it being in the West Final, the Clippers-Lakers.
Imagine that. I could see it. This Paul George trade came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, after it's said and done, they're saying Kawhi was recruiting him hard.
Quietly, though.
Yeah, quietly.
Yeah. He was
you know,
surprised. Paul
yeah.
George was surprised.
And the Thunder were kind of like, well, he's requesting a trade. I mean, the Thunder got a lot of draft picks, and people say hey, they gave away too much. But no, they didn't, man. We got to win now. The Clippers are trying to win now.
Yeah.
I mean, you give them all those draft picks, and yeah, that's important. But there's nothing that's saying like, oh, you're gonna get a Paul George out of that draft. You never know. We won't know till those drafts happen. And I'm not mad at the Clippers. Hey, give up the kitchen sink to win now.
That's
you got
good.
Kawhi, you got Paul George.
They've already made it to the first round in last year's.
Exactly. They gave the
playoffs.
Warriors a run for their money with no All-Star. So I'm excited, man.
Of course.
Talking about Kawhi, I mean, I feel like a lot of Laker fans are salty. Like,
of course.
I mean,
if he joined the Lakers, they'd be all sweet and dandy.
I mean, they got LeBron and AD. Even with Kawhi and Paul George, the Lakers are gonna be a handful for them.
Yep.
You know me, I'm a big LeBron fan. I think he has a lot to prove this year. Everyone's saying that he's getting old and he can't do what he once did. I like him to be the MVP this coming year, man. And we're so spoiled here in LA. We're gonna get Clipper games, Laker games,
Galaxy games, LAFC games. LA is popping with sports.
Yeah, and I think the times have changed, man. Like it was always like the Clippers got the short end of the stick all the freaking time. Anyone's gonna come to LA, they don't even think about the Clippers. It's always like, oh, I'm gonna go to LA and play for the Lakers, And now, I think ever since like me and Jeff were talking about earlier, like Dwight Howard, like he just left the Lakers, like they didn't get nothing for him.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
walked away.
Yeah, he walked away, and I think the times have changed. Like Kawhi, man, I love Kawhi for doing that move. It's freaking.
Okay,
it's on.
So that brings up the question: is the fate of the NBA, or is balance restored? Is balance restored in the NBA?
Definitely, man. Yeah. Definitely. I mean, look at all these duels that are coming together and like going to different cities, and it's not like the Warriors with like 4 All-Stars anymore. It's two. And it's gonna be fun. I just really feel bad for like the lower market teams. Like, there's so many teams out there that, like, let's be realistic, they have no chance in hell.
Like me.
Maybe to make the playoffs, but there's so many teams out there.
It's gonna be a fun season. Now, one more question that I actually just came up with right now before I get to Russell Westbrook. Does this, and if this happens, if the Clippers win the NBA championship, does this make Kawhi Leonard Thanos or like Superman of the NBA, the GOAT? Like, does that make him? He wins a title for 2 teams that have never won a championship ever.
I think he'll be Michael Jordan status.
Yeah,
like that will be like remarkable.
Yeah,
and the crazy thing is that like he has a good ass team with the Clippers too. I mean, what he did with the Raptors was a little bit of luck and a lot of him, just taking care of business and doing it. I mean, the Warriors were banged up, and I mean, no Kevin Durant this year. I feel like it's really up for grabs this year.
It is.
And the Lakers, the Clippers, man, we're going to be spoiled this year for basketball season.
Now I came up with another question, now that you got me thinking. What team is better with Kawhi? The Raptors that just won the championship, or this team with PG-13, Kawhi, and the Clippers that they have now?
I mean, look, it's hard to go against the Raptors because they won the championship. You got to give them their dues.
Yeah,
right?
Okay.
On paper, definitely the Clippers.
Yeah.
You got Paul George, you got Lou Will, you got Patrick Beverly. You got a pretty solid team. But until I see that team together, you got to give that to the Raptors. They just came off a championship.
Well, the only reason why I bring that question up, and I don't mean any disrespect to any Raptors or Toronto fans, the only reason why I say that is because we watched, and you got me really into watching the Raptors as the playoffs were going. And when it was the Raptors-Bucks, I always saw everybody dish it to Kawhi.
Yeah.
We had those conversations where it's give it to Kawhi. So they put that on Kawhi. So that's why I kind of opened that question up.
Yeah. But definitely on paper, the Clippers with Paul George and the rest of the roster they have, they should be one of the best teams in the league, and it's gonna be a fun year, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for all the Clipper fans, Clipper Daryl. It's been a long time, man. The fucking Clippers never get anything to
the
bounce
last
their
thing
way.
you guys were excited about was probably Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
CP3, but they never
Baron
really.
Davis? No,
They,
wait.
no, not Baron Davis.
Not Baron Davis. Why did I
They
say
had
that?
like Chauncey Billups at the
Warriors.
end of his career.
Yeah.
But even that team, they never made a conference finals, so they always had great seasons. Maybe get by the first round, but they could never make the big game, man. And Chris Paul, look, he's still struggling
He is.
to make it to like a Western Conference Finals at least.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for Chris Paul, man, because I really am a fan. And man, he's gonna make like $40 million this year. So I don't know if the rumors are true, like they're trying to trade him. I mean, the Rockets are kind of stuck too. Like, I think you gotta just ride with those guys. You know what I mean? And they're just like you were talking about. What's next? Westbrook?
Well, that's my next question, and the last thing we'll talk about for the NBA.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's always like I love Westbrook, and he puts a workload. Like he takes on the workload, and when KD left and Harden left, like that kind of left him by himself. And then finally they got PG for the past 2 years. Yeah. So it's like PG leaves, and now not to say like the rest of the Thunder are not capable of helping Westbrook, but if
they don't have enough.
If he's doing triple doubles every game, he just keeps being left behind. Like I'd like to make an analogy with a movie, but I can't even think of one right now. Yeah. Like he just keeps getting left behind.
Since you brought up Harden and KD leaving, I think this all it was a mistake. Obviously, you look back on it when they let go of Harden. It was either they signed Ibaka or Harden when they had that team together. They couldn't afford both of them, and they chose Ibaka, which at the time
he was doing great.
Yeah, you can't blame them because he was he was good. You have KD and Westbrook already. They're kind of we kind of could get away with letting go to Harden, but if they would have known he was going to turn out to be this, then they choose to keep Harden, and you do keep that team together. Who knows what they could have been. But like I said, it's easy to say it now. You can't blame OKC for doing that move. Obviously, it was a mistake because look at Harden. He's a monster,
Yeah.
And after that, KD leaves, and, Paul George comes for, 2 seasons?
2 seasons, yeah.
And now he wants out.
He's gone now.
I think for OKC, and you just got to do a complete rebuild. You got all these first-round picks.
But around Westbrook, or does Westbrook leave?
I think you trade him. I think he wants to be traded.
I think he does, too.
I'm sure he's at a point in his career where he wants to win.
Yeah.
Like a lot of guys are. They get their money. Now
I
want to win.
It.
Yeah, he does deserve it.
Yeah.
He's a different kind of point guard. He's not a pass-first guy, and I don't know what team would want to take him and his contract.
And where would he fit?
Yeah, where's he gonna fit?
It's tough.
Clippers maybe. The Clippers don't have anything else to offer. They gave the kitchen sink for Paul George, so I'm sure we don't have any more assets to give for him. I don't know. I think he needs to be traded at least to a contender. He deserves that. The Thunder needs to know we're not gonna do anything with just Russell. Let's trade him. Let's get some more first-round picks, and let's just rebuild. It's rebuilding time. They tried, and they weren't able to accomplish it.
I hope he finds a really good team and he finds success.
I hope so, too.
He deserves it.
I just don't know who.
I can't see a fit. I one thing pops up to mind, and I'm thinking if he joins Jimmy Butler in Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Is Wade done?
Yeah, he's done.
He's done, right?
Yeah, he retired.
Because I keep seeing this Bleacher Report shirt that he's selling. It's a pink shirt with all his important dates in NBA history and stuff. It was pretty cool. But I thought it was his final tour. I thought they were putting that out because he's gonna do another season. I'm like, no, they did all with the picture with Melo and all that stuff.
Hey, what about Russell Westbrook to the Lakers though? If they have anything to offer, I don't know if they have first-round picks. He's an LA guy. I'm sure he would love to come out here.
That's scary. I don't like that because it's just that's just scary. That just sounds scary. That just sounds scary. It would work, but it just seems like it would be pretty scary.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see him stay in OKC maybe another year or two, and then they ship him. But
come to New York.
Oh God, poor Knicks. Poor Knicks didn't get anything.
Yeah, I know.
What'd they get? Julius Randle?
Yeah, got Julius Randle,
yeah.
And they lost to the Pelicans in the first D-League game, which I watched, and there was that earthquake.
Oh yeah,
that happened mid-game,
mm-hmm.
And it was funny because it's in Vegas, and then I felt that earthquake. I didn't feel the 4th of July earthquake, but I felt the day after.
Yeah.
And I was startled by it, but then I was looking at the game, and I was laughing because they had to pause and delay the game because the thing on the top, the screen was shaking
dude.
pretty big. And just imagine if that falls on an NBA player.
Yeah, dude, that was pretty scary.
That was.
You seen the summer league game with
Zion?
Zion?
I can kind of just I was talking to somebody about it, and I just have to say this. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert in basketball, but I think Zion needs to chill. Like, it's D-League. He needs to not exhaust all of his energy right away in the second half. Like, and then be like, I get it. Do you see when he bullied Knox?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's the first quarter. Like, you're exhausting yourself. First off, I personally think the transition of Zion into the NBA is going to take some time, in the meaning of, he needs to slim down. He needs to develop. He needs to slim down and gain some, like, because I feel like, for me, when I just watch him play, like, he's a destructive player. Not like he's going to fail or anything, but like he means to destroy every single time. Like, he's like the Hulk, right?
That's good.
It's kind of good, but like, I just figured, like, slow it down a little bit. Don't injure yourself. Like, you've got a whole career to your advantage. Like, I believe he can play a little bit smarter rather than more physical, Yeah,
I mean, he has to develop, but the type of player, to me, that he seems like he has one speed. He's going 100%.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's bad.
That's the way you got to play, though.
Yeah, but in this early in your career,
yes,
without any,
that's his game, though.
Without
hustle, effort, dunks.
But without NBA pros and coaches developing him, like, obviously it's going to take some time, but I just think, like, he needs to take a chill pill.
I mean, look, if you're out there, I like playing 100%.
I get it.
Everything.
I get it.
Obviously, he has to develop his game, but look, he got like a knee bump or whatever. The Pelicans obviously are going to be super cautious. He's out for the rest of the summer league. I don't know if you heard.
What?
Yeah, he's out the rest of the summer league.
You see what the hell I am talking about?
No, but when you're out there, you got to play 100%.
But I did not know that.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Yeah, he's out.
I am shocked that you just told me that, because this is exactly what the hell I was talking about.
But when you're out there, you got to play like that.
I get it.
And now that you got a little bump, you're out for the, they're saving for the season.
Damn.
Right?
That is hilarious that you just broke that news to me. I had no clue.
I thought you knew.
No, I did not.
Kind of sucks, because I wanted to watch him at least another game or two.
Well, yeah. They say the Knicks are going to win the D-League.
I mean, they got RJ. He looked solid.
He looked good.
Yeah, he looked pretty solid.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their first game. I think people are give them a couple games, and it's nice to see them. They're former teammates, so it was fun. I was getting a little excited, and at the end of the day, all these guys are pros, so this ain't college no more.
Yeah.
So they weren't making the buckets look as easy as when they were at Duke.
Yeah.
But I think they're both going to be really good players for their teams. Obviously, RJ's in complete rebuild in New York, so
I think we're fine.
Completely rebuild.
Julius Randle, Mitch Robinson, Kevin Knox.
Fine to what? To make the 8th seed and get bounced?
Hey, I'm okay with. Okay, look, I'm okay with being a Knicks fan. I'm okay with the patience that we're gonna need. Okay, lot of it. But I don't, and it's tough because I'm not. This is coming from an LA Knicks fan. I've heard already some Knicks fans, and they are upset with the front office. They are completely over it. They are just done. Just done. So all I can do as a Knicks fan from LA is be patient, be quiet, and enjoy the rest of the basketball league.
No AD. I mean, no AD. No KD.
Yeah. No Kyrie.
Kawhi. No Kyrie.
Yeah.
No Zion. They're going to get the number 1 pick. I mean, they're going to be bad. They've been bad for a while, but why don't the Knicks get the same love that the Lakers get? Because of the history and the championships. I mean, but still, Madison Square Garden, shit.
There's a lot of history. I know.
But I think it's obviously the championship.
And now that I think some of the NBA players have kind of salted the New York Knicks, I feel like the players have blackballed, like, by just avoiding the Knicks and saying, "Oh, we're not going to the Knicks" and stuff like that. Look, this was something I wanted to show you. It's fans' expectations of the Knicks against reality, and it says fans' expectations. This is the lineup: Kyrie, KD, Zion, Thanos, and Godzilla. That was our expectations that we thought we were gonna get, and that was just a couple of weeks ago. And then reality, we got Bullock, Barrett, Portis, Gibson, and Randall.
Ooh.
But they put Julius Randle as Thanos, I don't even think. Does that make
gosh,
sense? Like,
no.
is he's not Thanos? Is he not? Is he that good, Julius Randle? Like, he has some history, but I don't know if it's.
I mean, he's good, but the Knicks didn't do anything this year. I mean, I'll be surprised if they make the playoffs, man.
I'll be happy. Why not? Like,
for what? Happy about what?
I don't know. I like RJ Barrett. I'm just gonna support RJ Barrett this whole year.
Yeah, I
That's
like
it.
him.
I'm gonna support him. I'm gonna want him to win everything, like rookie of the year, which is not gonna happen.
You never know.
Could happen.
You never know.
Maybe Zion will get another bump and sit down for the rest of the season.
Nah, they're just being super cautious because it's
Of course,
summer league. You know,
of
they're not
course.
gonna risk it. But NBA, I think they'll be a little. You're right. You know, get out there.
Yeah.
You're young. I mean, obviously they're not gonna force him out there, but you know, if you got a little bump or bruise,
Yeah.
let him play.
All right, let's get to just a quick little tidbit from NFL. Educate me. What's going on, Adrian?
Well, not really much as like with news, but I think me being a Cowboy fan, Zeke had a meeting with the commissioner about some Vegas incident. I kind of seen it. I guess he didn't really push the guy, but he like went up to him, and it looks like that guy was scared. Understandably, Zeke's freaking huge, and he bumped him, and that guy just like kind of fell, kind of flopped it a little
Like a
bit.
soccer player?
But yeah, I mean, we've said it before as pro athletes, like you some people love you, some people hate you. We can only imagine what that guy was telling Zeke for him to get crazy like that. But Zeke, you gotta be smarter, man.
Yep.
You gotta make better decisions. You're a big star, and you play for the Cowboys. It comes with the name. You just gotta be smart, man, and don't surround yourself where you're gonna get into some trouble. And it's happened a few times with us already. So I hope it stops.
Well, with him,
with Zeke. Yeah.
So that brings up a good question. How many more strikes does he get because he's a big star?
See, with Zeke, man, he's bad. So I mean, I think the Cowboys aren't gonna let him go unless he really screws up. Does the domestic violence thing or something like that, like something to that extreme. Obviously, that's gonna be a different story. But
what if performance goes down and he keeps screwing up?
Oh yeah, then definitely,
Okay.
But I mean, Zeke, he's in his prime. I think he's still young. He's one of the best backs in the league. I mean, as a Cowboy fan, just stay out of trouble, Zeke. We need you out there, man. We need you.
Yeah, keep eating and then shove that spoon down your throat.
You probably want him to keep getting in trouble, huh?
No.
Yeah, but that's about it. I mean,
I don't want him to keep getting in trouble. I want him to learn from his mistakes. I want him to grow as a human being, and then I want him to play his best football. But just know that the Washington Redskins and London Collins are gonna fuck you up.
Doubt it.
No, I
doubt it.
I mean it.
But yeah, I mean, the best time of the year is coming around. We got NFL coming, and then hopefully basketball coming again. Nothing against baseball, but it's a little slow till the playoffs picks up. And
Exactly.
yeah, man, we're ready. The Cowboys are ready, and we're gonna be up there with the better teams in the league. We're gonna win the division because we got the Redskins in our division.
I like that you brought this to the table because it's like I want you to be able to bring like sports topics to the table that mean something to you.
Yeah.
And I'm glad Zeke means a lot to you. Real quick, we'll go over just quick baseball positions for the Dodgers and the A's, just because that's what I care about. So just acknowledging that the Dodgers are at the top of the NL West and the Athletics are in second in the AL West. So that's just highlighting over that. Like Adrian said, the baseball season is quite slow, and it takes some time for the games to get there. But the Dodgers are heating up. I know Chapman from the Athletics is. I heard that he is replacing Christian Yelich in the home run derby. So I know the A's, they have a lot of people who can contest in the home run derby, but that's cool. I mean, Yelich I think he was the winner for the past two, I believe, and he can hit homers all day. So I'm happy that Chapman took his place. But now let's just get into the final thing we'll talk about, and this is mainly me probably talking to you. I'm not sure if you caught any of these games, but today, this Sunday, July 7th, all the football tournaments for the summer are coming to an end. So we'll just highlight over the finished games first. So Women's World Cup, congratulations to the U.S. Women's soccer team for beating Netherlands 2-0. This is the women's USA's fourth title, and this is back-to-back for them. So congratulations, I saw this happening. Personally, I saw them winning it because the USA, their women's team is just legit. I've said this from the beginning that I could only have seen England and Germany beating USA, but for some reason I think Sweden knocked Germany out, which was surprising, and then England didn't even win the third place match. I think Sweden won that one. So I knew that this was going to happen, which I'm happy for the U.S. women's team. Maybe they can go teach the men's team some pointers when it comes to the World Cup, I mean. But that's over with, so congratulations to all participants in the Women's World Cup. We'll go to the Copa America, and this is where I have a little bit of stuff to get off my chest here. It's over. This is Copa America in Brazil, clarifying that it is in Brazil. Okay, Brazil wins 3-1 in the final against Peru, which just finished not too long ago. Argentina wins third place as they beat Chile 2-1 yesterday. And this is what I have to say about this. This Copa America is rigged. I'm very upset with. I don't even know who to point at, because I know there's collusion and corruption in this. This is the Copa America in Brazil, and would you look at Brazil beats Argentina in the semifinals last week, and that made me very upset because Brazil and Argentina, they were just going back at it, like they were being very they were fighting multiple times, and there was just a bunch of calls that the ref did not call for Argentina.
Yeah.
And afterwards, Messi said, look at this is what he said. He says, "I don't want to be a part of this corruption. There is no doubt the whole thing is set up for Brazil." And I believed it. Yesterday, I went and hung out with my cousin. We were at my old job eating P.F. Chang's food, so it was good. And then we put on the game, catching up with some old employees and coworkers, and we're just watching the game. And then next thing you know, this is the third place team for Argentina and Chile, right? Yeah. And this is how you know it's corrupt, right? This is for third place, dude. You think Messi cares about third place? No, he does not care about third place. And you know what? I saw what happened. Messi did do like a shoulder push first, and then Medal, or I don't even know what his name is, the guy from Chile, went up in his face and actually started pushing him. So they got into a scuffle, right? Mm. A scuffle that, normally would be a yellow card warning for both of them, but red card both of them, and they're out.
Because Messi, right?
Because Messi. Right? I just think personally, obviously, the battle between Brazil and Argentina has always been there. The competitiveness, the rivalry has always been there. Yeah. And obviously, this Copa America is not in Spain or a place where Messi is respected. And people just don't like him. Yeah.
So you're saying like the officiating was rigged, like their favorite?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I have to say
you
that.
You should have told me. I would have bet on Brazil.
Well, that's the thing. Like, Brazil has a team capable of winning on their own. That's the thing that pisses me off. Like, Brazil, and it sucks because there's just so much shit going on in Brazil. Like, we can't even, obviously, it has to be corruption. Yeah. It just, how do you give Messi a red card like that? You don't do that. This is his second red card in his whole career. Yeah. It's just mind-boggling. And, like, if we were just to have played fair, I knew for a fact Argentina would have gone to the final. And they deserve to go to the final. Personally, I think I do have to say that Messi, he did start that little scuffle, but that guy from Chile was being a lot more vicious and aggressive, and that's how they are in Chile. Their play style is like Zion, 100% nonstop, even if the whistle's not if the game is not going and they're talking, they're yapping their mouths. Yeah. That's how they are in Chile. I mean, but that's soccer. When it comes to it, people are very passionate about soccer. I mean, look at me. I'm not even a supporter of Argentina. That's not like my country or anything, but I support Messi everywhere he goes. And I have love for some of the Brazilian players. I have love for some of the players from Chile. And it's crazy because even Arturo Vidal, who was on that team, was saying all right, refs, that was even ridiculous, So it was just a crazy scuffle yesterday. And it was funny because when we were sitting at the bar, this old man next to us, me and my cousin, he was eating too. He was like, oh, that's definitely a red card. And we were just like, what? And then we started chit-chatting with him, and he used to do refereeing for Cal Poly, Mount Sac, really? Soccer and stuff. Wow. And he was giving us his tidbits and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool to run into that old fella right there. But that's honestly everything that's going on. And the last of the last here, this is just in. Danny Alves makes history. Brazilian becomes first player to win 40 trophies. Oh, that's good. Danny Alves. Yeah, we'll do that after. After this, actually. Just announcing the game hasn't started yet, but at 6 p.m. tonight, in a couple of hours, the Gold Cup finalists tonight. So this one's going to be good.
Yeah, tell me about it. I want to know.
Are you going to watch this?
I think I am.
You should watch it.
My brother's asking me if I'm watching. I'm like, who the hell is even playing?
USA Mexico.
Oh wow! No
This
wonder everyone's all hyped
is
about it then.
Copa. This is the
So
Gold
is
Cup.
this just like a friendly?
No,
or
this is
like
the
a tournament?
CONCACAF.
Like
This
a
is the
tournament?
CONCACAF tournament. So this
Okay.
is all of the Americas on this side,
Yeah.
plus it's only teams that qualified for it. So some teams that don't really qualify for Copa America, they join, this little like shindig.
Yeah.
But like how me and Jeff were talking about it last week about like how I didn't really know most of the Mexico players. Like it's because like they're saving their players, and hey, it could be for this night. So
Okay.
this is the biggest rivalry right here, to me, in my opinion, when it comes to soccer.
Yeah.
And obviously USA fans and Mexico fans, like I'm torn because I don't even know. I personally I don't care who wins. I think Mexico's gonna win.
Yeah.
Because I just have a feeling USA just does not.
It's men's, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the big stage here. Personally, if this is how I see it happening, it's gonna go down to the wire. Mexico's gonna win unless USA starts Josie Altidore, because I think Josie Altidore is a key component into helping us win. He didn't really do much last game. I mean, he helped out a little bit, but if anyone saves the USA, it's Pulisic or the new kid McKenna. They're both best friends. But those three players that I named, Altidore, Pulisic, and McKenna, they have to really go off tonight. They really have to go off tonight. But if anything, Ochoa's going to play, Memo. He's a great Mexico goalie, and I think
I'll probably check it out. I can do that.
Definitely. Start at 6.
Yeah, for sure.
Heck yes.
Should be cool.
All right, let's wrap up this show. We've got 2 more segments. I've got a little bit of trivia for you. So we'll just do a few little trivia, test your knowledge in some of the sports, and then we'll get to the last segment, which we didn't do last week, because we were in a rush. But what does the number 30 mean to you? So get that going in your head a little bit. That is a tough one, but I have a good one to respond to it. So I'll go first after. But here we go. We'll start off with some trivia. You ready for this? And these are just random. We're not like scoring you. If Jeff was here, we would be going at it between you two. But just to test your knowledge and all the listeners out there. So which is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including the Super Bowl?
I think it's the 82 Dolphins. That's my guess.
So I'll give you the Dolphins as it, but it was the 1972.
72
Dolphins.
I knew. I wasn't sure the exact year, but I know it was the Dolphins. I know they went undefeated and won the whole thing.
That's good. So you got the team right.
Close enough.
And this is a cool thing about trivia, and with my work too. Like I do trivia Jeopardy with the kids.
Yeah.
And I try to let them know, like, even if you don't know the answer, guess what? Now you know it.
Yeah.
So I love trivia and like questions like that, because it's like even if you don't know it, you now have it in your brain for the future, so it can save your life on a lifeline.
Close enough. I won't get that one wrong again, right?
You won't and shouldn't. How many NBA championships did Michael Jordan win with the Chicago Bulls?
That one's easy. 6.
6. There it is.
That one's easy.
Yeah, that is for you. Yeah. I won't ask you the soccer one. But you want to try it?
I doubt I'll know it, but you can ask.
Which is the only team to play in every soccer World Cup tournament?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Take a guess. Just take a guess.
I don't because soccer confuses me. I don't know if it's like the freaking.
So like
United
Argentina,
States, like
USA,
okay.
Brazil,
or like the club teams. Like,
yeah,
I
it's
don't know.
national.
Okay.
So World Cup
I
is
don't know,
always
US,
national. No,
Mexico.
definitely not.
I don't
Definitely not
freaking know.
USA, but it's
Jeff
Brazil.
might know this
It's Brazil. So they've always made every single World Cup.
Yeah.
I want to try this one. I don't know if you'll know it because it's a film question.
Oh,
Raging Bull, the classic 1980s movie, is about which real-life boxer?
I don't know.
No? So this is Jake LaMotta. Yeah, so now you know. And that's Raging Bull is a classic film starring, I believe, I could be wrong, but Robert De Niro. Boxing film from back in the day. Which one? Okay, here we go. Which American football team won the first 2 Super Bowls in 1967 and 68?
That's a tough one. I'm gonna guess the Jets.
Think the trophy.
Lombardi. Packers.
Yep. The Green Bay
Packers.
Packers. I think the reason why you said the Jets is because you always picture that
Yeah,
Joe
Yeah,
Namath,
yeah,
right? Just like
exactly.
lifting his.
And that's before my time, where your time was like,
Yeah.
who won back then?
I think it was like the third Super Bowl that was probably the third
Yeah,
Super
right?
Bowl. I'm guessing. Nope. Okay. We'll do a few more. Who has one more? Which racing driver holds the record? Which NFL team appeared in 4 consecutive Super Bowls from 1991, 1994, and lost all of them?
Buffalo Bills.
There it is. I knew you would get that. I knew. Just that was Jim Kelly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
the Cowboys beat them twice or
yep,
3 times.
yep.
Yeah, the Cowboys
I remember
had the
that.
number, man,
I
in
think
the
the
90s.
Redskins might have played them too.
This running these questions before our time, man.
Yeah.
Barely born. It's that. I was like 2.
Let's see. Ooh, I don't know if you'll know this one. Which boxer inflicted Muhammad Ali's first defeat in professional boxing?
God, I feel like I know and I can't think right now. I don't even have a guess for you.
Joe Frazier in
Joe
1971. I didn't know that one either, but now we know. Let's do 2 more. Who is the NFL's all-time leading rusher?
Emmitt Smith, baby.
This one was meant for you.
Even though he gets a lot of shit for, I mean, he played all these years a lot more than Barry Sanders, Walter Payton, but hey, man, stop hating on the guy.
No, he's good.
You know?
I like him. He was a
He
Gator,
had
right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but he had a monster O-line in the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't do nothing
Do you know how much
spectacular.
rushing yards?
I don't.
18,355 yards.
Emmitt Smith, baby. Deuce.
No, that's about it. That ends it. I'll definitely get some more questions if for Jeff and
Hey,
you.
thanks for ending on a Cowboy one, man. I appreciate that.
Well, the other ones were soccer, so I didn't want to throw that one at you. All right, we'll do the last segment of the show, and this is, what does the episode number mean to you? So, I mean, even if you don't have it today, then that's fine. I will give off, what it means to me, and this is kind of coming back to the number 21. If you think about it, what does number 30 mean to me? Number 30 means to me LaRon Landry.
Okay.
A lot of people may not remember who LaRon Landry is, but
He's a hitter, man.
man, the most savage of savage hitters. I mean, just think about it. You had Sean Taylor and LaRon Landry back there in the safety zone, free safety, strong safety, right? And they used to call that tandem right there Area 51. Because, 30 plus 21 is 51. What is Area 51? An area you do not want to go in because you will get lit up, okay? And I just remember that tandem and just watching highlight videos of LaRon Landry, and just that guy is a beast, Like, he put in so much work, like, of being, like, a good hitter. Like, every time I would see, like, we played a team. I remember it was the Falcons game. D'Angelo Hall was as a corner for the Redskins, who used to play for the Falcons, and LaRon Landry decided to hit somebody on the sideline near D'Angelo Hall, and that, I guess, like, sparked up D'Angelo Hall's feelings for the Atlanta Falcons, and both of them got into a scuffle, But, I just think of LaRon Landry as a hard hitter, and it just reminds me of the good old times with Sean Taylor and LaRon Landry.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah.
He was a beast.
Yeah, and one more number 30 I would say is Terrell Davis. He was not like a Redskins running back, but I enjoyed like learning about him and his play style, his running style from the Denver Broncos. I learned about him doing research when Mike Shanahan came to the Redskins, because Mike Shanahan, I believe, no, I could be wrong about that. But he used to, I think, not Mike Shanahan. Who am I thinking about? Is it Mike Shanahan?
I used to coach
the Broncos.
Yeah.
So once he came to the Redskins, I did a little bit of research, and I just wanted to know a little bit more about Terrell Davis. And I think I forgot, someone told me about this. I could be totally wrong, but Terrell Davis, I think he had a game where he like ran blind or something like that. I could be totally wrong about that, but I forgot who taught me. You made me. I don't know.
A running back?
Terrell Davis? Are you trying to think of somebody?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of somebody too, but I can't.
Curry doesn't whip it up for you?
No.
30. There's not a lot of number 30s.
Oh, you're asking me for what 30 means for me?
Yeah.
Oh,
You-
yeah.
you-
The only thing I can think of is two things. One is Curry. Obviously,
Okay.
you know. I think he changed the game, man. He is why the NBA and all the kids and even us, like, playing these leagues, he's the reason why we play this 3-point game
The
now.
style of
You
it.
know, it's just,
Heaving it up.
yeah, like, just mastering your craft as a shooter.
Yeah.
And having limitless range. You know, and me, like, I've always been a good 3-point shooter. I've always loved to shoot threes. Ever since I've been watching Curry, it's like, I'm going to back it up a little bit. You know, if I'm further, they're probably not going to defend me out here. And if I could consistently knock this down like freaking Curry does, and he's going to go down as one of the best to ever play and to change the game, man. People say he ruined the game, but he changed the game.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I guess you have your opinion for the better, for the worse, but you got to give that guy props, man.
I give him props because I think of him like, and this is maybe weird of an analogy, and this is the way I think, but I think of him as like a Darren Sproles. Like, he gives the little guys
a chance.
You know, like the little guys, like Darren Sproles, like he had to learn how to play in the NFL and be a pinball.
Yeah.
And Steph Curry came into the NBA where it's tough, where people are dunking and layups, and that's the name of the game. So he's like, you know what? Let me, like you said, let me use that to my advantage. They're not going to think I'm going to take a shot because I'm small from this far, but I'm killing it.
I mean, look, Curry, his dad played in the NBA, you know, so it's not like you could just be a little guy and as long as I could shoot. I mean, I'm sure he had every privilege to shoot in NBA arenas, practice countless hours.
Dang, now I didn't think about that.
You know what I mean? Like, his dad was probably like, I'm going to make my son the greatest shooter ever. And shit, he damn near did it.
Yeah.
He's doing it. And, I mean, he was privileged, man. His dad was an NBA player. Imagine, I'm sure they had a court at home. You know what I mean? And you can imagine how much work Curry put into his shot. And maybe his dad knew, like, hey, man, I'm going to make you the best shooter ever. And you're going to change the game. And, you know? I mean, his dad was a pretty damn good shooter, too.
Damn, how do you
didn't his dad wear number 32?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so.
How do you think that makes Seth feel?
Hey, he got a little payday.
You did?
He got a little payday.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy.
He signed with the Blazers again?
He signed with the Mavs, I think.
Oh.
Like 20-something million a few years. I don't know the exact numbers, but.
Pay the man.
But
and that series, he held up.
Yeah.
He did his part.
And then people were saying, like, he's not going to make it in the league. And, you know, he's done enough. And I'm glad he got paid. And hopefully he can continue because I'm sure he could still get 1 to 2 more contracts.
Yeah.
In the NBA. And another 30 is that we're getting close to 30, you and I.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's a good one.
That's what I think about. You know, when I went back on, you know, my school mission, I told myself, like, look, I'm old, but I'm close. So if I get my bachelor's by the time I'm 30, you know, and I'm on my way. We're still on the right path to do that. And
that's good that you bring that up, though, because it's like, it's weird. Like, we've been doing this as human beings for so long that, like, we hold ourselves to, like, a certain position. Like, if we don't get to this age and complete this certain thing, then
failures.
We're a failure. But I'm done thinking like that.
I don't think like that anymore.
I'm done thinking like that. Like everyone in this world, it comes out as them. Like, everyone is different, right? And sure, it's worked out for lots of other people that have busted their ass and gone to school, but everyone's got their angle, their way that they're coming into this zone, and it's tough.
Happens, man.
Yeah,
Life
exactly.
happens.
Life happens, but at the end of the day, as long as you are focusing on your mission, then and not worrying about, you know, time and at what age you're gonna complete these things, then you'll be good. But like I like that you issued that, like, you know, we're almost 30. You know, like that's something to think about. Like, how many people who are 29, 28, or 27 really think about that in their day every day? You know, like, shit, I'm almost 30. Because I've always been that person that, like, for me, like, I used to get really upset when my sister would she would turn a new age, like she would, you know, gain an age, and she'd be like, oh my God, I'm so old, and I'm just like I don't like talking like that, like. Who cares? Like, we got another wrinkle. We got another knee that's starting to give out. Like, that's how life goes. Yeah. But if you constantly, you know, drought on that, like, oh, I'm so old. Like, I don't like thinking like that. Like, I don't even think that's how my grandfather thinks, because that guy is still working and busting his ass, and he is, you know, a hustler, you know?
Yeah.
So I want to be like that guy. Like I'm just gonna keep doing what I love in life, and that's it.
Yeah, keep that mindset. I mean, we live one life, man.
Yep.
And you gotta keep doing what makes you happy. You know, live each day to the fullest, man. That's how I try to live. You know, unfortunately I've had friends die at a young age, man, and it's really kind of shaped me to live day by day, man. Like, I don't want to. I mean, obviously you set goals and you want to reach the goals, but I'm not gonna like live and die by like, oh my God, I have to do this by this age. You know what I mean? Like, it's a goal that I set, but I'm living each day to the fullest.
Yeah.
You know, and with these earthquakes happening and shit, you know,
Dude,
it's scary, man.
Honestly, there's just a ton of things going on this summer. Like, there's been one earthquake, a 6.9 on 4th of July, and then a 7.1 the day after.
Yeah.
And which I felt that one. And then, like, people are. I'm sorry, I got to bring this up again because I know we were going to mention it, but I was just so upset when we were talking about the 4th of July. I was really upset with the message that someone in the community put out about not attending a fireworks show in La Puente.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much craziness going on. And personally, and I keep having this conversation with people, personally, I would have loved for, and I know it's not their job to do it, honestly, I think it is, the police. I would have waited for the police to say something, hey, don't attend this because we think that something crazy is going to go down.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the job of the community, because now as the job of the community, and I get it, someone countered this like, I think it's the job of the community, screw the police, you know, like they don't care about us.
Yeah.
We have to learn how to work together. But the way that message went out on Twitter, and you know, I don't know whose profile that is, like they did that on purpose.
Yeah.
Everyone could have enjoyed themselves. It could have been bad. It could have been good. 20 people went.
Yeah.
And it's like I get it. We're warning the community, but like at the end of the day, like people worked that event, setting up that event. You know, like no one thought about that. The vendors that went out, maybe people who, I don't know if they had slots for vendors to sell their own things. People can sign up. You know, no one thinks about that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like we get it. There's been gang violence all around this community, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
But if things happen, and it sucks to say this, things are going to happen. No one could have predicted the Mandalay Bay shooter. No one could have predicted an earthquake on 4th of July. No one can predict anything. But as long as we look out for each other and, you know, try not to get ahead of ourselves and scare the community like that. Like, I guess I was so furious because, like, I saw that on the Ring app, that the Amazon Ring, the doorbell, and it just more and more people kept posting about that. I'm like, I get it. I get it, you know? It's a tough situation.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. I mean, I know, you know, we live in this area, and, you know, you hear those stories, and it makes you, like, hesitate to go to La Muerte, you know? Like, I'm kind of looking, you know, my surroundings a little bit more out there.
And that's funny that you telling me to put a hat on because I didn't realize how I'm dressed today.
You got an Ice Cube shirt on, man. Watch out, dude.
Anything could happen, and I don't even try. I try not to drive through there. Yeah. Like from here, I can drive through there here, like, but I choose not to. I just go around a little bit extra.
Yeah. But yeah, we gotta be better as a whole community.
Exactly.
You know? These young lives, man, they're so young. These people dying, and it's just, that's a whole nother conversation, man. But it's just like these people are stuck in a world, man, where it's just, that's all they know.
Yep.
And they think it's right, and they think they got to put on for their gang.
They think they need to spray paint every wall.
Dude,
they think they own it. You know, it's tough. It's a tough situation.
Hopefully they grow up out of it, you know?
Yeah, and hopefully people lead the way. Like I'm saying, like Nipsey, that's why Nipsey was such a amazing human being.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that, you know, was talking to the police, you know, and trying to create that, you know, community of respect and stuff, and stopping the gang violence. But we can just hope for the best in the future.
Yep.
That wraps up the show, guys. It was actually a really nice show. Yeah. We missed Jeff, but I'm sure he'll catch us on the next episode.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff. For a little bit, I'm not throwing any shade. I understood that he had somewhere to go. That's you. You just wanted him to hype you up for your 3-pointer.
Yeah, Jeff, thanks a lot, man.
If you want to follow me on the socials, my Instagram is @theStateOfNate. Anything to plug for you?
Nah, man.
Good.
Nah.
For the network socials, you can head over to Space Kaiju Podcasts on Instagram, or Twitter. You can head over to Space Kaiju PROD. And for anything, you know, you want to support us or just listen straight from the website, head over to spacekaijuproductions.com. And thank you guys for listening. If you guys listened this far, and we'll catch you on the next episode.